Michael Harrison sat in his corner office on the 42nd floor. The city stretched below him like a kingdom he had built with his own hands. 20 years of 16-hour days had given him everything, except the one thing that mattered. His wife Emma had been gone for 3 years now. Cancer had taken her swiftly and without mercy. He still wore his wedding ring, still kept her photo on his desk, but the locket she had given him on their 10th anniversary, that was something he carried. Everywhere inside were 2 tiny photographs. One of Emma smiling on their honeymoon, one of the daughter they never got to have. Emma had picked out that second photo herself, a stock image of a little girl with blonde pigtails, she had whispered. To him, in those final days, that maybe in another life they would have had a daughter just like that. Michael touched his jacket pocket. The locket was there. It was always there. The board meeting that afternoon had been brutal. Shareholders demanding higher profits. Employees facing layoffs. Michael had made the hard calls, the necessary calls, but they weighed on him like stones in his chest. He loosened his tie and headed for the elevator. The building was quieter now. Most employees had left. For the evening, the marble floors echoed with his footsteps. He didn't notice the locket slip from his pocket as he reached for his phone. Didn't hear the delicate chain hit the floor. Behind him, a small voice called out, "Excuse me, sir." Michael turned. A little girl stood there, maybe 4 years old. She wore a pink dress that had seen better days, and her blonde hair was pulled into 2 small pigtails. In her tiny hand, she held his locket. "You dropped this, sir." Michael's breath caught in his throat. For a moment, he couldn't move. The girl looked exactly like the photo in the locket. The same bright eyes, the same gentle smile. It was impossible. "Where did you find that?" he managed to say. His voice came out rougher than he intended. "Right here," she said simply. "It fell from your pocket." Michael knelt down to her level. His hands trembled as he took the locket. "Thank you," he whispered. "That's very important to me." "It's pretty," the little girl said. "Is that your family inside?" Michael opened it, his throat tight. "This is my wife," he said, showing her Emma's photo. "She passed away?" "She's beautiful," the girl said with the honest wisdom only children possess. "I bet she was really nice." "She was," Michael said. "She was the best person I ever knew." A woman appeared from around the corner. She wore a janitor's uniform and carried a mop bucket. Her face showed the kind of tiredness that comes from working multiple jobs. "Lily," she called gently, "I told you to stay with me while I finish cleaning." "I'm sorry, Mama," the little girl said. "But this man dropped something important." The woman hurried over, worry creasing her features. "I'm so sorry, sir," she said to Michael. "She shouldn't have bothered you." "She didn't bother me," Michael said, standing up. "She returned something very precious." He looked at the woman more closely. Her name tag read Sarah. "You work here?" he asked. "Yes, sir," Sarah said. "Evening shift, 6 nights a week." She held Lily's hand protectively. "I usually have childcare, but it fell through tonight. I promise it won't happen again." Michael looked at the little girl, at her worn but clean dress, at her mother's exhausted eyes, at the kindness in both their faces. "What's your name?" he asked. "The girl, Lily," she said brightly. "Lily Martinez." "Well, Lily Martinez," Michael said, "you did something very kind tonight." He reached into his wallet and pulled out a $100 bill. Sarah's eyes widened. "Oh, no, sir," she said quickly. We can't accept that. Please, Michael said, let me thank her properly. But Sarah shook her head firmly. We don't need charity, she said with quiet dignity. Lily did the right thing because it's right, not for a reward. Michael felt something shift in his chest. How long had it been since he'd met someone who wouldn't take his money? Then let me buy her dinner, he said, both of you. There's a cafe downstairs, still open. Sarah hesitated. You don't have to do that. I know, Michael said, but I'd like to. 20 minutes later, they sat in the small cafe Lily ate chicken fingers and French fries with. The focused intensity of a hungry child. Sarah sipped coffee and watched her daughter with tired but loving eyes. How old is she? Michael asked. 4, Sarah said. Just started preschool this year. Her father? Gone, Sarah said simply. 2 years now. It's just us. Michael nodded. My wife and I never had children, he said. She wanted to, very badly. But it wasn't meant to be. Sarah's expression softened. I'm sorry, she said. That must be a different kind of hard. They talked while Lily ate. Sarah told him about working 2 jobs to keep Lily in a good school district, about reading to her daughter every night no matter how tired she was, about teaching Lily to be kind even when the world wasn't kind. Back, Michael found himself sharing things he hadn't told anyone, about the loneliness of success, about how empty his big house felt, about the guilt of laying off workers to please shareholders. You know what Emma used to say? Michael said. She'd say that wealth isn't measured in bank accounts. It's measured in moments of genuine connection. Sarah smiled. Your wife sounds like she was wise. She was, Michael said, and I've been ignoring that wisdom for 3 years. Lily finished her meal and yawned. Sarah checked her watch. We should go, she said. I still have 3 more floors to clean. Wait, Michael said. An idea had been forming in his mind, something Emma would have loved. I own this building, he said. Well, my company does. I want to offer you a different position. Sarah's eyes filled with caution. Sir, I appreciate dinner, but I don't need pity. It's not pity, Michael said. It's good business. We have a community outreach program that needs a director. Someone who understands what it's like to work hard and still struggle. Someone who teaches their child kindness in a world that doesn't always reward it. Sarah stared at him. I don't have a college degree. You have something better, Michael said. You have character, and you remind me of my wife. He pulled out a business card and wrote on the back. Think about it, he said. Come see me Monday morning. Either way, thank you. Your daughter gave me back more than a locket. Tonight? Sarah took the card with shaking hands. Lily tugged on her mother's sleeve. Mama, can I give him a hug? Michael felt tears prick his eyes. I'd like that very much, he said. The little girl wrapped her arms around him. For just a moment, Michael let himself imagine. This is what it would have been like. This warmth. This pure, uncomplicated love. When they left, Michael sat alone in the cafe. He opened the locket and looked at the photos. Emma's face smiled back at him. I heard you, he whispered to her image, loud and clear. On Monday morning, Sarah came to his office. Lily held her hand, wearing the same pink dress. I'm scared, Sarah admitted, but I'm also ready. Michael smiled. Good, he said, because this company needs more people who are scared but do the right thing anyway. Over the following months, Sarah transformed the outreach program. She connected the company with schools and shelters, created job training programs, brought humanity back to a corporation that had forgotten what it served. Michael found himself leaving work at 5 o'clock, spending time with Sarah and Lily, taking them to parks and museums, teaching Lily to play chess. He didn't replace Emma. No one ever could, but he honored her memory by living the way she had taught him, with kindness, with purpose, with love. One evening, a year after that first meeting, Lily ran up to him in the park. "Michael, look what Mama gave me." She held up a small locket of her own. Inside was a photo of her mother and one of Michael. "She said you're family now," Lily said. Michael looked at Sarah, who smiled with tears in her eyes. "Emma was right," he said, his voice thick with emotion. "Wealth really is measured in moments like these. Sometimes the most valuable things we lose are returned to us by the smallest hands, and sometimes kindness from a stranger can heal wounds we didn't know how to mend. All it takes is someone brave enough to say, 'You dropped this, sir.'" If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe for more stories about kindness and second chances. Leave a comment below and tell us about a time when a small act of kindness changed your life. Your story might inspire someone who needs hope today. And it's never too late to change your life. Subscribe for more heartwarming tales, and leave a comment telling us about a time when a small act of kindness changed everything for you.